trying my best to sort of think, what are these people thinking in terms of, like, how does this internally make any sense at all for our Foreign Office?
Yeah, where's the pressure coming from? Where's the pressure coming from? Anyway, in other news, UK inflation unexpectedly dipped in December for the first time in 3 months as hotel prices fell and tobacco costs eased.
Well, according to the Office for National Statistics, prices rose by 2.5% in the year to December, down from 2.6% the month before. So still price rising, but not by as much as the previous month.
I feel richer already. Well, during PMQs, Badenoch and Starmer clashed over the economy, with Starmer calling the Conservatives economic vandals and fantasists.
Well, who's right? Let's get more with the economist and wealth manager, Jonathan Davis. Jonathan, should we be celebrating inflation down by 0.1%?
First of all, you have to question with mortgage costs up 30 to 60% over the last few years, food prices up 20%, energy up 50%. They're telling us that inflation is 2 to 3% per annum. I mean, seriously, who are these bureaucrats coming out with these numbers? That's the first question. First statement.
So, Jonathan, what do you think? Where do you think inflation is? How do you think they come up with this figure then?
Well, I had to go back to you and say you tell me, when you consider that these statisticians do something like the following. House prices are really important to everyone. Everyone wants to know about house prices. So what does the Office of National Statistics do? It uses 12 to 18 month out-of-date land registry stats, as opposed to HMRC stats, which are entirely up to date, because, of course, they want their stamp duty, don't they? So why are they using 12 to 18 months out? This is the ONS, the same people coming out with 2.5% inflation. So I would say inflation is materially higher than 2.5%. I can't possibly put a number on it, but it's materially higher.
So where does that leave us as a country? I mean, of course, even 2.5% is above the target of the Bank of England. I mean, where on earth do we go from here?
Well, first of all, the pretend target 2% was made up in the last 5 or 10 years. The central bankers of the world made up this 2% inflation target. Prior to that, central banking was all about stable money. All of a sudden, from nowhere, came a 2% inflation target. You look back in the records, it was never there in 400 years of recorded economic history. So this 2% is spurious. However, we are headed to higher inflation. I said this to you guys last week. The inflation stopped falling in September of last year. It's been rising since. The fact that the statisticians brought it down to 0.1% month on month is irrelevant. Global inflation is rising for a number of reasons. The primary one is governments all around the world, particularly in this country, love to spend. So they love to borrow, they love to spend on hugely inefficient, unproductive matters, which means we've got more money in the system, which is inflation. Also, commodity prices are rising. Oil is now over $80 a barrel. You can expect it to be $100 a barrel this year. Yeah. A major input to inflation.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be painful ahead if you're right on all of this. We're going to have to leave it there, but I'm sure we'll speak again soon. Economist and wealth manager Jonathan Davis there, suggesting that inflation is actually much higher than the figure that we're given.
Well, this is Good Afternoon Britain on GB News, and there's plenty more to come on today's show. Don't go anywhere. The search continues following the disappearance of 2 sisters in